everybody, welcome back to Goodnight Lighthouse. I'm Miss Dorothy and I'm here to read you another story. And I've got a book for you tonight that's gonna be a lot of fun, but it's also gonna have a little bit of a warning. This book is called No More Water in the Tub. No more water in the tub. This is about a couple of brothers who live in an apartment building way up high. And Mom says, turn that water off, no more water in the tub. But they don't listen, and something absolutely crazy happens. And we need to get into this book and find out what happens when there's more water in the tub. Are you ready to get inside this book with Miss Dorothy? Good. I need you to sit up and listen up, because here we go. No More Water in the Tub, written by Tedd Arnold. In a bathroom near the top floor of a tall apartment building, William was ready for his bath. Walter had finished, and fresh water was running into the tub. "Get in, William," said Mom. "Walter, keep an eye on your brother. Leave the faucet on for another minute, and then no more water in the tub." "Aw, Mom," William said as he climbed in. "I like it deep." "You heard me. 1 minute." She closed the bathroom door as she left. Uh-oh, Mom told them. No more water in the tub. Walter reached for the tub faucet. "Not yet," William yelled. "I'm turning it on faster," Walter answered, "so you'll get more water in 1 minute. Let's see how fast it'll go." He twisted the cold water handle, and the water gushed into the tub. "What if I turned it all the way until—" It came off! Water blasted out of the fixture. In an instant, the bathroom flooded. The tub broke loose and floated away from the wall. When Mom looked in to see what all the racket was, water burst through the door, taking the tub with it. Oh no, too much water! Down the hall, William sailed, leaving Mom and Walter behind. Picking up speed, he passed the kitchen and the living room, heading for the front door. It opened. "I'm home," said Dad. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Oh no, he got out of the apartment. In the apartment below, Miss Mabel Hattie was serving tea to her bridge club members when she heard a bump at the door. "That must be Betty at last," she said. As Mabel opened the door, she complained, "Why are you always so late?" But it was William who answered. "I didn't know you were expecting me," he said as he comes flying in his tub. As a wave of water tipped Mabel backward, William rode his bathtub into the room. He circled the card table and followed the rushing waters back the way he came. Then out the door and down the step went William in his bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Oh no, now they're both floating around the apartment building. One floor down, Sue and Vern Maddie were watering their houseplants when they heard a knock. Expecting pizza to be delivered, Sue quickly entered the door. You're not a regular pizza boy," she sputtered as William surfed into the room, followed by Mabel. Waves rolled through the apartment, crashed against the back wall, and turned. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to a fern. Now they're all going down, down. Downstairs, Uncle Nash stepped into the hall to take out the garbage. He felt a drop of water and looked up. There was William in a bathtub, plunging down a waterfall where the staircase used to be. I see you folks have a plumbing problem," Uncle Nash said as the churning water swept him off his feet. Past the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Down went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to a fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. More and more people keep getting swept away. Patty Fuzzle was just about to put her last jigsaw piece into place. She heard a knock and thought her sister Natty was home from babysitting. But when she opened the door, it was William and the upstairs neighbors who spilled into the room. I have a sinking feeling I'll never finish my puzzle," she cried as the surging tide swirled her around. Then out the door, down the steps went William in his bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to a fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. Patty Fuzzle steered her puzzle. Wow, more and more people along for the ride. While Mr. and Mrs. Hannah Ratty were out, Natty Fuzzle was babysitting Little Dottie. They were in the bathroom, reading a story, when they heard a key in the front door. "That must be your mom and dad," said Natty. Then she heard water roaring down the hall toward the bathroom. William's tub pushed the Hannah Ratties inside. "We're home," they managed to say. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to a fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. Patty Fuzzle steered her puzzle. Little Dottie sailed the potty. She's still sitting on the potty. Downstairs, the Furling Gaddies string quartet had been practicing all evening. "Mind if I fix a snack?" called Mr. Bello from the kitchen. "Make yourself at home," answered Mrs. Furlong-Goddy. Suddenly, the stove caught fire. Flames spread quickly. "Call the fire department!" cried Mr. Bello. "The building is burning!" A fire alarm began to ring, and everyone leaped to their feet. Mr. Bello reached the front door first and threw it open, yelling, "Run for your life! Oh no, now there's a fire!" "But I just got here," said William. He and the neighbors stormed in on a tidal wave that flooded the burning apartment. Flames hissed, smoke and steam filled the air. Just as quickly as the fire had started, it was gone, and the water began draining away. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to a fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. Patty Fuzzle steered her puzzle. Little Dottie sailed by the potty. Mr. Bello rolled his cello. Well, at least they put the fire out. Fire trucks and crowds of people arrived as William clattered down the front steps of the building. The tub ran aground the street, and William's neighbors washed up behind it. "Good work putting out that fire, son," said the fire chief. "You are a hero." He hung a heavy medal around William's neck, and everyone cheered. Wow, they're all happy with what William did. Then they all went home. Walter said, "The end?" "That was a great story, Walter. Tell me another one," begged William. "Okay," said Walter. William forgot all about turning the water off in 1 minute. The bathtub overflowed and quickly flooded the floor. Mom threw open the door and screamed, "No more water!" But she was too late. The tub broke loose and floated away from the wall. Then out the window and down the fire escape went William in his bathtub. Oh no, here he goes again. Oh no, there he goes again! William's out in the tub! That was a crazy book. His brother was telling him a story about what would happen if he put more water in the tub, how he would go down the apartment stairs and he would crash through doors and more people were following them. And then they came to the apartment that was on fire, but they opened the door and the water came in and put out the fire and everybody said he was a hero. Yay! But then they were back upstairs and they were still at the water running. And Mom opened the door. No more water in the tub, because this is what happens. It would make a big mess. Time to turn off the water. I'm glad that they had fun in the tub, but they need to listen when it's time to turn off the water. Turn off the water, because what a mess can be made if you don't turn off the water before it gets out of the tub. I don't know if you'll go flying down the stairs, but it will create a big mess. So when Mom says no more water in the tub, please listen to your mom. She knows what she's talking about. Just like those guys, you could make a big mess. But bath time's over, right? It's time now for all my kids to slide off into bed. I need you to get under your covers, get cuddled up, curled up, ready for a really good night's sleep. And tomorrow, whatever you do what Mom says. It's best. It won't lead to crazy things. If you don't listen to Mom, crazy things can happen. And that's why every day, Miss Dorothy says, obey. And obey right away. And then come back and see Miss Dorothy, because I'm going to be sitting right here, ready to read another book to you. Bye! Thanks for reading with Miss Dorothy. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope you'll come back soon to read another. What's your favorite book? Drop Miss Dorothy a note and let me know. I'll go find it, and I'll read it to you. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you soon.